Hey there, how you all doing today? My name is Olamide Dolapo Adeleke. I usually refer to myself as an ambassador of Christ. I trust you're well as always. So in today's finance episode, I'll be talking about 7 money nuggets from the richest man in Babylon. I'm sure you might be thinking, what is the richest man in Babylon? The richest man in Babylon is a book that was written by George S. Clason on wealth nuggets, on wealth tips, on how to, of course, attain a level of wealth. So I got this book while I was in the university. I saw someone reading it in front of my hall of residence, and I inquired from the person on how the person could help me get it, and unfortunately could not get it. So he sold me his own copy, and then I bought it. Whew! After reading this book, but seriously, it was worth it. It was worth it. Before I get to the financial nuggets, I'll just give you like the background story of what the richest man in Babylon, what the book is all about. And I would advise you get it, because I cannot tell you everything that went on in that book. But I'll just be giving you an excerpt from the book. So the richest man in Babylon. In Babylon, they kind of installed a new king, and after they fought the war, they found out that the economy of Babylon was kind of deteriorating, and the king wanted to do something about it. So he summoned his chancellor, which is like his PA, to tell him about the state or the situation of Babylon. And the chancellor told him that people are finding it hard to survive. Even businessmen are finding it hard to make even. But he actually inquired that how is it that all the gold in the city is not available to the people of Babylon. So the chancellor replied, saying that one way or the other, the gold in the city has slipped away to the richest men in Babylon. So the king wanted to know more. So he inquired, so who is the richest man in Babylon? He must, one way or the other, know how to teach our people how to get wealth. And they summoned the richest man in Babylon, who was known to be Akkad. Or in the book, his name is Akkad. So they summoned him. He came, and he had a discussion, a dialogue with the king of Babylon. And the king inquired that how did he become wealthy? And the answer or the reply that Akkad gave, blew my mind. He said he took advantage of the opportunities that were in the land. And the second thing he said that he also became wealthy by being desirous to get wealthy. So it's all in the mindset. It all starts with the mind first, in order to attain wealth. So the king asked him, is there a formula to this? Is there a technique in becoming wealthy? And Akkad, replied the king that yes, principles that entails becoming wealthy. And the king was happy. So he said he should teach. He would like for Akkad to teach the people on how to become wealthy. So Akkad said, of course, my service is to the kingdom. I will teach the people how to be wealthy. So Akkad told the king to summon 100 men to the learning room so he could teach them. So the king summoned 100 men to be taught by Akkad, who is the richest man in Babylon. And you'll find out those teachings that I'll be sharing, those 7 nuggets on. Be hearing those 7 nuggets, even as I disclose them. They are the 7 money nuggets from the richest man in Babylon. They are called the 7 cures for a lean purse. Let's move into it. Without much ado, let's get into it. The first one, or this first money nugget, is start thy purse to fattening. Start thy purse to fattening. Akkad told these 100 men in the teaching that for every 10 coins that thou placest in thy purse, ensure that you use but 9. What does it mean by this? It means that if you have 10 coins, if your income is 10 coins or 10 gold coins, I'm sure you're aware that during those times they made use of gold coins. So for every 10 gold coins, make use of 9. Make use of 9. So you make use of 9 and you keep 1. So ensure you keep 1. So the idea is to pay yourself 10% of your income by saving it. So you set aside 10% of your income. Please pay attention. And this is one step that I took, while I was in university. After reading that book, I ensured that I practicalized those nuggets that were written in that book. So from my pocket money, or from the allowance that my parents sent me at that time, I made it compulsory to set 10% of my income to ensure that immediately if the money arrives, I take out 10% from it, and then I work with the other 9 for needs, for food and all of that, the other 90%. So that's the first money nugget. And the second money nugget is to control thy expenditures. Control thy expenditures. Baka told these 100 men to control their expenditures. He also further told them that if they are not careful, that what they call necessary expenses will grow to equal their income. What does it mean by this? That they must ensure that they live below their means, live below your means. So you don't spend all your money at once. It's not done that way. Like I said, it's not wise. Sorry if that's insulting, but it's not wise, honestly. You must learn to live below your means, or else you find yourself borrowing at the end of the month. Maybe you are income and you are a salary person or even a business person. You see yourself borrowing all the time to meet up your needs. So ensure that you control your expenditure. So don't confuse your needs with your desires. That's your wants. Learn to control, learn to balance it. Learn to balance it. Also, I would advise that you work with a budget. What's a budget? A budget is just an outline of your revenue and your expenses that exists or gives you or translates how your money was spent, how your money is spent, and how your money will be spent. So a budget is very important. It places a limit to how your money or how you spend your money. So make use of budget to control your expenditure. And the third nugget from the richest man in Babylon is make thy gold multiply. Make thy gold multiply. So after saving and controlling your expenditure, it's necessary that you put your money to work. Put your money to work by investing. I've made a whole lot of videos about investment. We all have investment personalities. Some of us are big risk takers, and some of us are very conservative in risk taking. So these are the things that you must know. So to put your money to work, you must invest. Real estate, stocks, bonds, or even in businesses. But ensure that you know what you're doing. Ensure that you know what it's all about before you put your money into it. Also said that a man's wealth is not in the coin or in the purse that he carries, but it's the income that it builds. So your money or your wealth is not in your account, but it's in the lifestyle you engage or in the habits that you imbibe to ensure that there's a continuous flow of money. So ensure that you invest. And the beautiful thing about investing is compounding. So compounding allows you to earn money on your principal and to earn money even on your interest. So ensure that you invest. And the fourth nugget from the richest man in Babylon is to guard thy treasures from loss. What do I mean? It's just to protect your wealth from cankerworms. And when I mean cankerworms, I mean from even people. People can be cankerworms. Habits can be cankerworms. So control your treasure from loss. So the first sound principle of investment is security. You must ensure that you secure your wealth, and that's why you must ensure that you're not greedy. There are a lot of things that could take away our wealth nowadays, from Ponzi schemes to investing in things that you don't understand. And that's why Ponzi schemes are very popular today, because a lot of people are greedy. So you must ensure that you stay away from things that can eat into your wealth, and ensure that whenever you are investing or into something, you are well knowledgeable about it. And then another thing is that when you are borrowing people money, ensure that they have the capacity to pay, or even the reputation to pay back. Because a lot of people have borrowed people money and then they forgot about it, because pressuring them today, tomorrow, they don't even have it. So ensure that whoever you are borrowing money has the reputation to pay back that money, so you not lose your money on your investments. And another thing is to find people that are knowledgeable about keeping money. For example, mutual funds, like I've always explained in my other videos, is a pool of investments where people or investors put their money, and professional money managers help them to invest those money into financial securities like bonds, like real estate, and other investment instruments. Ensure that your money is secure with people who know how to manage money, professional money managers. That's what we call them. And the next one, the fifth nugget from the richest man in Babylon, is make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. So the whole idea that Akkad was telling the 100 men was that they should have their own home. They should be able to own a property. And nowadays there are many flexible platforms that can even help you to own a property or even build your own house. That's why it's very important to set goals and to ensure that you key into it. And you can do it little by little, saving money, setting aside or setting apart a certain percentage of your finance to ensure that you own a property, maybe land, or even to buy a house. So Akkad was trying to say that it's very important that you own your own property, your own home, so that you are not under the mercy of people or of landlords, basically. And the next one is ensure a future income. So Akkad was telling these 100 men that they should give thought to the future. Nowadays, I will call it probably like a retirement plan. So ensure that you have a retirement plan. 20-30 years from now, you can't have the same energy that you have now. You won't have the same energy in the next 30-40 years. So it's very advisable that you set apart something that you can use to retire, like a backup plan. And the last one, which I find very important, that Akkad mentioned and which is the seventh one, is that increase thy ability to earn. He talked about the fact that the more of wisdom that we know increases the ability to earn. So what he's just trying to say is that the more you know, the more you earn. Once you walk out from the gates of ignorance, you tend to make use of your knowledge to acquire income, maybe through skill. So sharpen your skill and be competent in whatever you do. Read more, get financial knowledge. I always call it financial illumination. One of my mentors always call it that, so I just adopted it, financial illumination. So ensure that you get knowledge, ensure that you sharpen your skill, ensure that you're competent in whatever it is that you're doing, and be knowledgeable about your field. Akkad also mentioned that whatever it is that you're engaging in, whether in craftsmanship, maybe your business, ensure that you're the best at it. Ensure that you visit other people who are doing the same thing and find out how you could be better or you could be the number one in your game. So ensure that you use all of this. They're called the 7 nuggets. Ensure that you use all of them to your advantage. At least make use of one. Starting, ensure that you make use of one. Ensure that you save 10% of your income. Ensure that you control your expenditure. Ensure that you invest in something that you are well knowledgeable about. Ensure that you get people who are knowledgeable about it and invest in it. But please be knowledgeable about what it is you're doing. Avoid Ponzi schemes. Guard your treasure from loss. That is, ensure that your investment is secure. Ensure that you make a profitable investment by owning your home. Also ensure that you ensure a future income by investing into a retirement benefit and all of that. And finally, ensure that you get knowledge and that you're competent in whatever it is that you choose to do. So we have come to the end of the richest, or the 7 nuggets from the richest man in Babylon. Ensure that you use one of these starting today. Another thing for young people, I would say that please don't be so fanatic about saving that you forget to enjoy experiences that add to your knowledge. For example, traveling. Don't hoard money. I think it's hoard to ensure that what you're doing is only saving, that you do not get necessary experiences that facilitate or builds up your knowledge, that opens up more exposure and all of that. So ensure that there's a balance. I'm not saying that every time save. No. Also have good experiences. Take care of yourself. Use your money to enjoy sometimes, but not extravagantly. Ensure that there's a balance to everything. So yeah, basically, so make use of all of this. And finally, ensure that you like, subscribe, and then you share this. My name remains Olamide Dolapo Adeleke.